triple axel. There it is.
The Japanese Rinka Watanabe, after falling from the triple axel, had no chance of a podium. Japanese single skater Rinka Watanabe was the only one to jump the triple axel in the women's short program at the World Championships. However, instead of flashing on home ice in Saitama, she managed to make two gross mistakes. 60.90 points is clearly not the score that you expect to see from a triplist. The scores are so modest that Rinka did not even make it into the current top 10. It stopped right at the 15th position, leaving behind girls with standard safe content. It seems that this is a real failure, but Rinka's courage commands respect. In the absence of the Russians, she does not allow to forget about the existence of Ultra C in women's singles and supports one of the most important creeds of big sport. Faster, higher, stronger is not an empty phrase for her. 20-year-old Watanabe was one of the favorites for the World Championships in Saitama. Her main trump card, the triple axel, she persistently did the whole season, not giving up on him either in the short or in the free program. Often this jump failed her, but she did not want to return to the boring snipe and roll back technically. The main start also did not knock her off the chosen path. Rinka confidently announced the trixel in the short, which none of the other participants dared to do. To relax, following the example of colleagues, while Russians are not allowed into the international arena, this athlete did not. But in the end, she paid dearly for it. At the most important tournament, she is more than 18 points behind the leader after the short program, Kaori Sakamoto, and 12.5 points behind Mai Mihara, who is in third place. Naturally, in this situation, the fearless triplexist has almost no hope of getting on the podium. And it's extremely embarrassing. The risk with the triple axel did not materialize, although with a clean skate she could, if not catch up, then make the same Sakamoto seriously nervous. Alas, Rinka Watanabe's short didn't work out from the first seconds. She quickly soared into the air on a triple axel, but failed to land it. Falling to the notes of Roxanne's passionate tango, crossed out the only Ultra C attempt among 35 skaters. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but the attempt was really good. However, at the moment only fall. As I said, this is a big risk. Evgenia Medvedeva sympathized with Watanabe on the air. However, it was too early to give up Rinky. The base cost of a double axel is still less than a triple with a fall, 330 points and 4 points, respectively. But instead of continuing to skate exceptionally clean, the Japanese woman also broke the next element, a triple Lutz cascaded triple toe loop. On the Lutz, she suddenly completed only one turn and did not go to the triple toe loop. There was a feeling that the single Lutz was not a jump at all, but just some kind of choreographic solution. But no, it was a jump, the so-called butterfly, which, according to the rules, is not evaluated in the short program. That is, Rinka did not score a single point for this element. Despite all the troubles, the girl did not lose heart and calmly drove to the end of the program. In the second half, she performed an unplanned combination of a triple Ritberger, a triple toe loop, which, of course, is cheaper than a combination with a Lutz, but definitely better than the complete absence of such a significant element. Surely, realizing the plight of her situation, Rinka tried to level the loss of points as much as possible. She did all 3 rotations and the step sequence on the highest 4th level of difficulty. But it was only a drop in the ocean, unable to bridge the 2-jump fiasco. Why Rinka Watanabe gave such an unsuccessful performance at the World Championships is an open question. It seems that the performance in the native country should give strength and inspire for the best skating of the season. Rinka was different, and Evgenia Medvedeva is not surprised by this. After all, performing at home is not only pleasant, but also very responsible. In fact, the pressure level in this case is an order of magnitude higher. To play on home ice at the World Championships is a huge burden on the psyche, and it happens. In principle, there is nothing terrible in this, said Evgenia Medvedeva. Perhaps taking 15th place in the short program at the main start of the planet is really not scary when there is something to catch up with later in the free program. So, Alexandra Trusova burst onto the podium and won the bronze of the 2020 World Championship from 12th position. She was more than 16 points behind the then leader Anna Shcherbakova, but content with 5 quads made it possible to do the impossible. However, Rinka has no quadruple jumps in reserve. All hope is for the triple axel, and it definitely won't be enough in the free program to suddenly slip to the podium. 60-90 points burned on the scoreboard as a verdict. Most likely, Rinky does not shine a place even in the top 5. It is sad to realize that a skater with Ultra C loses to competitors with a safe set. All athletes choose their own path. Someone chooses easier, but more stable, someone chooses risk. Either way, it's okay, it's normal. But, of course, the risk is respected the most, but when such failures happen, it is triple insulting. Said Evgenia Medvedeva. It's not the first time Rinka Watanabe has failed the short program this season. It fails, jumping a triple axel with an error and losing precious strength to perform the following jumps. She demonstrated an almost identical rental at the end of January at the Winter Sports Festival in Japan. She also missed the triple axel, and, although she avoided a fall, she landed very rough, resulting in the same 320 points per element that she received at the World Championships. After a mistake on the Trixel, the same butterfly on the triple Lutz, and an unplanned cascade of triple Ritberger triple toe loop in the second half. And it happened even worse when Rinka did not score even 60 points in the short program. So she's no stranger to being left behind. In the free program, she most often copes with the Trixel. Why does she continue to stubbornly insert a triple axel into a short one? Why such a risk? To answer this question, you need to look at the beginning of the season. In September, at the Lombardia Trophy, she allowed a half-turn under rotation, and after that decided to secure herself at the local competition in Tokyo. There, in the short program, she jumped a double axel, but the simplification did not lead to her success. After a clean snipe, she made a butterfly on a triple Lutz. Now it is clear that the transformation of triple jumps into singles is a typical story for her. The triple axel is not to blame for Rinka's failures. By refusing it, she would rather lose than gain higher results. But now Rinka Watanabe is completely used to skating in tournaments with the Trixel in both programs, and her performances are always very interesting to watch. I want to cheer for this skater. She reminds that the elements of Ultra C in women's singles still exist. And it's very easy to forget about it. Russian girls in the international arena are persona non grata.